everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm going to talk today about my tarot and oracle decks that I am using for the month of July. As you can see here, I've got the decks sort of laid out, but let's start with our tarot deck first. I'm just going to put these aside. So for the month of July, if you are following me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and you follow my tarot card of the day posts, you're going to see the Druidcraft Tarot. This is also going to be the deck I'm using in readings this month for clients. And by the way, just so you know, all July I'm having a summer sale on my Etsy shop. All tarot and oracle readings are 20% off. You don't need a code. They are just already reduced price just for the month of July. So you can check that out if you want. But let's get into the Druidcraft Tarot. This is a Llewellyn deck. This is in one of the older boxes, not the really old, super flimsy boxes, but the ones that were kind of like between when they started doing the really nice like hardcover boxes with the magnetic closure. So this one kind of, it opens like this. I think it said that this deck was published in, I think it said 2004, but I definitely got this somewhere in the 2010s. It has a big, beautiful guidebook. This is not the full color guidebook. This is one, it's very sepia toned. Oh, you can hear that crack. The spine crack. And it's got like a nice little thumbnail here. It's still a really great, guidebook. I think that this is really lovely. Nothing wrong with it. I know everyone loves the really nice full color glossy ones, but this is still a great guidebook. So this is the art of, I'm always saying this wrong, Will Worthington. I always want to say Will Wheaton, but it's Will Worthington, and Philip and Stephanie Cargom are the authors. So this, we've got the old sort of insert here. All right, that's a box. It's a pretty large tarot deck. Like it's pretty large for my hands. It's got the brown sort of backing here. It's your Llewellyn kind of cardstock. I really love the artwork in this. This is really, really beautiful. And I think it just really speaks to summer for me. And I realized that I had not taken this out in a while. And so I thought, you know what? I feel like I want to work with this sort of really earthy type energy for this month. If you saw my last video, you kind of know it's been a bit of a difficult summer, and I'm finding that I really want to just be around nature. And I find that this particular deck, with sort of this druid type focus, it's just very earthy. There's something very like green and lovely about this particular deck. Oh, by the way, there is nudity in this deck. Sorry about that if you're, worried about that. I love the rich colors in this. I've seen a lot of people mod this deck, like cut the borders off because it has like pretty big borders. Some people have cut the words off. I am actually thinking of doing my very first mod with this particular deck. I have never modded a deck. I'm always like super scared to. But this is a deck that's still in print. So if I wreck it, I can always get another one. What I'm thinking of doing, what I really like, I've seen people cut totally, like just have the pictures. I'm thinking of cutting the borders off and just having the name at the bottom. So it's just like no borders and the name at the bottom. Let me know if you think I should do that. Let me know if you're interested in watching me do that. I have never modded a deck before, and I find that super scary. So I enjoy this deck, enjoy the beautiful artwork and all the colors, and I just really wanted to work with this in July. So I'm going to be using this, like I said, for daily draws, and then also for like client readings as well, and my Patreon monthly readings too. All right, so that is the tarot deck I'm using. Now, when I read with tarot, I combine it with Lenormand, and because this is the Druidcraft Tarot, I had to go with Will Worthington's Celtic Lenormand. It is written by Chloe McCracken. Love saying that. That's fun to say. And the artwork is the same artist. And so I thought these would pair together just really, really beautifully. And I often use this particular Lenormand deck in the summertime. There's just something about this that says summertime and, harvest time to me too, especially like towards late summer. So this one's really, really pretty. One criticism I have about this is some of the cards aren't always the clearest as to what they are. Like, for example, this is the heart card, but it's like very focused on like being a beach. And so if you didn't know that, you can really miss that. There are also some cards where they have duplicates, like they have two birds, they have two children, like child cards. They have two snake cards, two tree cards, but I use them in slightly different ways. So this is the home card. Obviously, we've got a house here, a letter. There are two men and two women, which can be helpful as well, especially if you're doing sort of like same-sex type readings or you're just looking for a significator for another person. Got the broom here. Got our dog. It also has a cat in this card, which I do appreciate. See, the bouquet, it's a field of flowers. I mean, I've learned this because I've worked with it, but I can see why it might confuse some people. This is one of the trees. There's a winter tree and a summer tree. So star card again, not super clear that it's the star in this one because there's also a moon in there. This is the coffin card, and unless you know that this is a cairn, you're not going to see a coffin. So I'm not here to criticize this. I love this particular deck, but I understand why it doesn't always work for everybody. But I think that it is something that goes really well with the Druidcraft Tarot. So that's a Lenormand deck that I am using this month. All right. Oracle decks. Okay, so I usually like to pair with a couple of Oracle decks. So let's put this back in the middle. Actually, no. I'm going to show you the decks first, and then we'll see how they pair. Okay. I drop things. Okay, so the first deck that we are using is the Gospel of Aradia. Now, this is not Celtic. This is very much based on Strega and sort of Italian witchcraft. But I find, again, this is a beautiful summer deck to work with, and I think the artwork goes very well with the Druidcraft Tarot. So this is a Blue Angel deck. Here, we'll get that off to the side for now. There we go. This is a Blue Angel deck, so big, nice cards. The colors on this are gorgeous. My only criticism with this one is there aren't enough cards. It is a 36 card deck, and to me, an Oracle deck should at least have 44, and to me, that's a small deck. But I love sort of the witchy themes in this deck. I love the colors. I think it is just really, really beautiful to work with, especially in the summertime. All right, now let's see how it pairs with the Druidcraft Tarot. Okay. Oh, I like that. That's very pretty. Oh, I love the blues. I love how the blues match each other here. That's really beautiful. That's lovely. Just love how the colors and things are matching. Like it's just like it's very harmonious, I find, these two together. They sort of echo each other. I love how this is almost like a doorway, and then we have a doorway here. And these two are sort of, they're facing sort of the same direction and looking over their shoulder. So yeah, I think these two pair very well together. So I'm really glad I picked those. And then I usually like to have for this season a god or goddess deck, like a kind of a divine, sort of like divine advice is what I like to think of it as. So for this season, for kind of the season as we head towards Lammas, I'm using Gods and Titans. I tend to think of Lammas or Lunasa as a very sort of like masculine type of energy. And so I thought that's why I'd work with the Gods and Titans Oracle. This is illustrations by Jimmy Manton, and the guidebook is by Stacey DeMarco. So we have a lot of gods here. Obviously, this is all like masculine type energy that we have. I have a lot of goddess decks, and I just wish there were more god decks, you know. I feel like that we sometimes miss out on that. So we have Shiva here. Garuda, I do like that there are gods from all over the world in different cultures. Now, I know not everyone is a fan of Jimmy Manton's art being very sort of like superhero-y and muscly, but I like these cards. I think they're lovely, and I mean these are gods, right? So they're like superhuman. Poseidon, you have Osiris, Cernunnos here. All right, Mithras. Let's see how that pairs with the Druidcraft. All right. Okay. Oh, I think this art looks very nice together. Yeah, seals, I do like that. Interesting. I think that these two do go quite well together. Oh, I love that actually. We've got him in the winter, and then we've got this very summertime feel. Both of them have their hands out. I love when little synchronicities happen like that. That's good. They've got the sticks and the sticks there. Lots of arms and legs and things. I think that these pair together really well. I do like that. All right. So these are the decks that I'm going to be using for the month of July. Again, if you are interested in getting a reading from me, you can always, of course, check out the Etsy shop. I also do readings on my Patreon. We do like tarot scopes for the week. And then also there's a level for people who want like private readings as well. But if you just want to follow me on like Instagram, that's totally cool. I do like a tarot card this day just for the fun of it. And I want to thank everybody for all of their love and support and all of their like kind messages. June was a super difficult month, and I mean, obviously, you know, I'm still in the process of grieving, and I mean, do we ever really stop? It just changes, but I want to say thank you so much to everybody for their kindness, their love and support. It means like so much to me, and I don't know how I can just express that to you, but it does mean a lot, and I want to thank you so much. Let me know what decks you are using for the month of July. Do you like these decks? Do you not like them? What are your thoughts on them? Do you want to see me do a deck mod and potentially ruin my deck? Let me know. You guys are the best, and as always, peace and love and rock.